Welcome back to the channel. Super important conversation. I seem to have this multiple times per week, and I'm so passionate about this topic, net worth versus cash flow. It's so foundational, it's so fundamental, and I think society and just the powers that be have blinded us to the power of cash flow. We optimize for net worth, and very few people think about cash flow, or they think about cash flow later. Whereas to me, for the last decade, I've been preaching cash flow first, net worth second. Stick around on this video because I've seen a lot of people make money in crypto and they're no more financially free than they were before. Or they bought a house and they bought a second house and they sold it. They made 800 grand and they were no more financially free than they were before because of what they did with that money and how they kept thinking about money. Really hope this helps. Stick around for this video, and in the comments, just let me know if something lands, be like, yep, that's for me. Or if you disagree with something, let me know as well. Or if you have something to add. First, let's talk about net worth. Net worth would be, hey, what you own versus minus what you owe. The simplest way to put it. I think we all understand that basic kind of balance sheet. Here's what I own, $250,000 home. Here's what I owe, $100,000. Here's my net worth. 150 grand or whatever. 250 grand minus 100 is 150 grand. That's my net worth. Then you might own some Bitcoin, you might own a Rolex, you might own a car, you might own whatever else you own. You tack that on, minus visas, line of credits, whatever debt you have, blah, blah, blah. Cool, you got a net worth of $250,000 or 300 grand or $1 million. And it's all locked in these things that do not produce cash flow. When I started thinking, because I used to have a high paying job and I was no more financially free than I was before. In fact, I was no more free, I was less free because I had no time. And I remember making the decision and everyone thought I was crazy. I had money locked in a home because I owned a home. I was 25. It was an apartment, a condo. I owned it. But I realized I was a slave to the 9 to 5. I was a slave to a job. I was completely out of alignment. I had no freedom and I just had to keep working and trying to make more and playing the net worth game. I want to be worth $1 million. I want to be worth $2 million. Where if it's all locked up, what's the effing point? And so I sold my condo. Everyone thought I was insane. And I'm like, how do I generate cash flow? I would rather have a net worth of $0 yet generate $10,000 a month of passive leveraged cash flow than have a net worth of 250 grand, but I can't touch it for the next 5 years, all day long. Because what does that buy me? It buys me my time so I can keep increasing my cash flow. And here's where the game gets fun. And here's why I love crypto and DeFi, because the cash flow opportunities and the investing in net worth opportunities are, you can do both. So you can be producing cash flow and then taking that cash flow and creating, buying undervalued assets that could greatly appreciate during a bull run or over the next 5-10 years. More than a house ever would. I mean, Bitcoin consistently outperforms everything on a zoomed out time frame. So all that said, I would rather produce $10,000 a month in cash flow and have $0 to my name so I could buy back all my time and increase that cash flow number. And again, here's where the game gets fun, and I'm so passionate about this. Here's where my life started getting really fun, is when the cash flow started exceeding my expenses. And then the rest of that cash flow I could invest in. Again, this is why I love DeFi. If you get to 5-6 grand a month, or maybe you don't even need to take profit from your DeFi portfolio. You've got a job, you're doing the thing, you've got income from your business, whatever. And so you're investing for cash flow through your DeFi portfolio. And now all of it is being invested into maybe a long-term hold, so you're getting the best of both worlds. And those are appreciating and you're making cash flow. If you gave me $10 million, but told me I can't touch it. It's just a net worth number. It's a $10 million property somewhere or a $10 million in a bank account, and I can't touch it. I'm not generating yield on it. Or you said, or I'll give you $25,000 a month of cash flow for the next whatever. Even if at the end of that term of cash flow was like a quarter as much as what you would have given me up front, I'd choose the cash flow all day. Why? Because I'm not getting any younger. I want to enjoy life now, not in 30 years. 30 years is unpredictable. I could not live. I might not live to 30 years. Who knows what markets will do? Who knows what economies will do? Who knows what, there's so many variables at play. I'll choose the cash flow now, which I did 10 years ago. and then focus all of my time, all of my effort on building a life that I actually want to live, do things I want to do, build businesses or make investments that I can actually spend the time on researching and getting better at it, increasing my skill sets and just becoming a better human. And there's an exponential growth curve to that. You've all seen the exponential growth curve idea, I'm sure. We'll pull one up. It's a red line. This is actually, we talk about this in the UIG. There's a red line. This is people taking the very linear, traditional approach to net worth or financial freedom. And it takes them forever to get there, if ever. And then other people like you and me are investing in cash flow. And although the first couple months or even the first couple years, it might seem like you're behind everyone else, there's this beautiful exponential curve. And that's when people are like, whoa, where did that guy come from? Where did that girl come from? Oh my God, how did they get so successful? Because they sowed seeds that most people are not willing to do. And in the financial freedom game, they sowed seeds that they invested in cash flow. This is the easiest way I'll put it. They did whatever it took to build cash flow. They weren't optimizing for net worth or I just want to get paid more or higher income or higher whatever. They were getting equity in things, or they were making investments in things like crypto and DeFi. They were investing in businesses or side hustles that cash flowed them. And eventually that cash flow exceeds their expenses and now they're skyrocketing. I know a guy who spent 4 years building his cash flow up. On the surface, like he was broke. Now his cash flow is so high, he's basically buying a property every single month right now. That's exponential growth. And yes, he does a lot of crypto and DeFi as well because he gets the actual returns you can make. But he's diversified by now because he makes so much damn money. But on the surface, at first, didn't look that way. Instagram is not all you see. It is not the truth. It's people's distorted versions of truth, but it's not the truth. With that said, I'm gonna get out of here. Hope this video helped. Cash flow, net worth second. What's the point of net worth if you can't use it, if it's not buying your time back? It's just a number. It's just a number. Most businesses fail. I don't care about the valuation of your business and what it's worth. If you run out of cash flow, you go bankrupt, you're out of business. Your valuation is just a number and it's meaningless. Within reason, of course, until you go to sell it. But you run out of cash flow, you're done. Your life works the same way. Optimize for cash flow. Sweet. I'm going to leave some videos on the screen. If you want to dive into DeFi cash flow, do dive in, check it out. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you. Peace.